you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Good morning to you all. Good morning. And welcome to this short but very important press briefing between MOBSE and WFP. But as customary in the Gambia, before we do anything, we invite the Lord into our midst. Therefore, we want to take this moment and pray silently in our own ways. Amen. Once more, good morning to you all. Madam Honorable Minister, Madam Claudiana Cole, WFP Representative and Country Director, Madam Wanja Kaira, Permanent Secretary, Mr. Louis Moses Mendy, DPS, Mr. Sanyang, Program Advisor on WFP on Education and Gender, Zahra Lilian Mukosi, Director of Basic Education, Madam Tido Jayu, members of MOBSE family, the press, and of course our communication unit. You're all welcome to this very short but important program. It is not meant to be a very long program, so there shouldn't be much. So I just want to say the Honorable Minister is going to say a few words. Then we'll allow the country rep to say something. Then we have our closing remarks, and then we will invite questions for clarity, so that when you leave here, especially members of the press, you will communicate effectively and efficiently, so that there won't be anything like, I thought, I'm not sure, because we want when you're quoting us, you say exactly, quote exactly the numbers, quote exactly the figures, because that is education. We don't speculate. So that is why, even before you leave, we're going to give you some key notes in which whatever you're going to do at your own area, you use that to inform you. So you cannot sit there and say, I think. We want to be sure of whatever we are saying. So without wasting much time, Madam Minister, I want to welcome you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, the country representative, WFP, Madam Wanja Kaira, the DPS Admin and Finance, the Program Director, WFP, Director Basic and Secondary Education Directorate, the Project Manager and Deputy, PCU, senior officials of MOBSE here present, the MOBSE Communication Unit, that are members that are present here, other senior officials of MOBSE, members of the press. As part of the government of the Gambia's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, MOBSE, in partnership with the United Nations World Food Programme, will provide take-home rations for families of children who were receiving meals at school before the closure of schools to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. We may all recall that on the 17th March 2020, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, in addressing the nation on the status of the coronavirus, declared a state of public emergency in which all schools and educational institutions were closed as a measure to protect children and to control the spread of the virus. Ladies and gentlemen, before the closure of schools, there were students in both government and World Food Programme intervention regions who were receiving hot meals in school every day. These meals were not only improving students' enrollment, attendance, and retention, but also provided a regular source of essential nutrients for the mental and physical development of the children. With the closure of schools, students are no longer receiving such meals. The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, in collaboration with the local education group, together with the World Food Programme, explored ways to continue to support the children, beginning with the delivery of a national distance learning program for pupils and students while at home, and now we're going to be going into the provision of food rations. Permanent Secretary, senior MOBSE officials here present, WFP Country Director, all protocols observed. To that end, the distribution of this ration will begin in the North Bank region on 30th June and will later be rolled out in the Upper River region, the Central River region, Banjul and Kanifing municipalities, West Coast region, and the Lower River region. Each family of the beneficiary school meals prior to the school closure will receive 2 months' worth of food ration, including rice and oil. It may interest you to note that nearly 240,000 children are expected to receive this support. with MOBSE assisting more than 88,400 children in 2 regions. That is West Coast region and the Lower River region. And WFP will serve 151,742 children in the 4 regions. That is the North Bank region, Upper River region, Central River region, Banjul, and Kanifing municipalities. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with the World Health Organization and government's COVID-19 preventive measures, arrangements have been made to ensure the safety of staff, partners, and beneficiaries. All persons involved in the distribution are required to wear masks while doing the exercise, and only those involved in the distribution, such as members of the PTA, the school management committee, the food management committee, can enter the school during this distribution exercise. Children are prohibited from visiting schools during this distribution exercise. Hand washing stations will be set up at all food distribution sites, and distributions will be extended over several days to avoid on-site congestion. On this note, I want, on behalf of all the beneficiaries, their parents, MOBSE, and on behalf of government, to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to the World Food Programme for all these years of partnership and collaboration in the provision of school meals to children in the Gambia. It has been over 40 years of WFP doing the school meals alone, but now supporting government to take over through the homegrown school feeding program, for which the ministry receives financial support from the Ministry of Finance to gradually take over from WFP. My sincere appreciation also goes to the Global Partnership for Education, who have also given support for the government intervention schools in Region 2 and Region 4. On this note, I want to thank all of them for their continued support and collaboration, and I pray for even stronger partnership as we work towards the development of the human resource base of this country, those children who are the future leaders of the Gambia. I thank you all, and I pray that God will continue to keep us safe in the Gambia. Amen. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, Madam Claudiana Kerr, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, PS MOBSE, Mr. Mendy, DPS, Admin and Finance MOBSE, Mr. Sanya, Director, TIDA. I know we also have other members from MOBSE Communication Unit here present. I salute you also. And I also remember my colleague from the World Food Programme who is here with me. Members of the press, all protocols observed. Thank you, Honorable Claudiana, for the strong collaboration between Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the World Food Programme. Our joint presence here today, planning jointly and initiating this response together, is a demonstration of our long-standing partnership. Indeed, in a recent joint assessment mission by Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the World Food Programme, parents and caregivers informed us of various challenges they have been facing to feed their children during this extended period of school closures. As all the school feeding programs are located in the most food insecure, vulnerable, low-income communities, MOBSE and WFP explored the possibilities of intervening to ensure that children continue to have adequate dietary intake as well as alleviate the burden on families. We are happy to roll this support out together. World Food Programme activities in the Gambia are geared towards supporting government of the Gambia in efforts to achieve food security and prevent malnutrition. World Food Programme provides life-saving food and nutrition assistance to vulnerable households. Nonetheless, school feeding program remains our largest program and the largest social safety net in the Gambia. That is why MOBSE and WFP will concert efforts to support a total of 240,000 children, 54% of whom are girls, and this will be in 542 lower basic schools across the country. As will be stated also by Honorable Minister later, and that due to COVID-19 pandemic, we will be issuing a take-home ration. This take-home ration distribution modality will observe WHO and Ministry of Health COVID-19 hygiene and prevention guidelines. Most importantly, wearing of face masks, hand washing, and social distancing will be mandatory and will be observed. The distribution procedures and guidelines have already been shared with all the schools, and regular information will be shared to schools through local media, public address system, and all the other local leaders will be involved to pass on the messages. The messages will be as such. Distributions will take place within the school premises. Distributions to families will be staggered over a duration to limit crowding and to allow for social distancing. Only those scheduled to receive food on a specific day and time will be allowed to enter the schoolyard. Distributions will start at 9 a.m. and must end at 5 p.m. Families should come with an identity card, be it NID, passports, voter cards. Any recognized identity will be reviewed. More will be communicated through local media, the Regional Education Directorate, school feeding focal persons, and other leaders. Thank you very much for your presence here today, and I thank you for your attention.
Before we open the floor for questions, I just want to buttress on a few points that she made mention of. More than 40 years, WFP has been supporting our schools on feeding. We all know what feeding does. Most of us here seated, we have partaken in that World Food Programme package. Not what you have now. We used to have crack wheat and powdered milk, egg powder, name it all. Powdered milk, egg powder, corned beef, chicken, everything. And we always look forward to seeing that truck loaded with food coming. And I know that is exactly what the children are feeling today, because we have been through it and we know how we felt then. Then we are sure of how they will feel and how they are feeling now when you intervene. We also want to say thank you for considering all these things that you are doing. Mental and physical development of the children. Without food, I don't think the others will also grow. So I want to say everything about the child, because we all know how important food is, especially during this era that we are in. So this occasion can't be more important. It is very, very important to all of us, and we know it is equally important to all those communities that you're going to intervene on. So thank you very much, Madam Minister. The press, if you have any questions so far, For clarity, please do. We've opened the floor for a few questions. The era we are in does not call for long press conferences. We just want to have it short and precise. But notwithstanding, we also want to bring out all the facts concerning what WFP and the ministry is about to do, embark on, so that everybody, every member of the public will be properly informed. Can you introduce yourself, please?
I am Janke Tour, a news reporter at GRTS TV. Throughout your remarks, Honorable Minister, I did not hear you mention the Lower River region in the selection, so I wanted to know why.
Are you sure?
No.
Oh, there was Lower River Division. Are you from there?
No, I'm not.
You were not listening.
I really did.
She did. She did. She really did. Because she said the distribution will be North Bank, Upper River, that is Region 6, Central River, Region 5. When you come to our education area, we call that Region 5. Banjul and KM, West Coast, LRR. In fact, West Coast and LRR, these are the regions where the government is intervening. So, were you sleeping?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's good to clarify. Thank you very much. Yep.
Okay, I'm Mark Mani from Korean newspaper. I want to ask the minister if the food package is for both the government and non-government schools.
Well, actually, non-government schools, which are the private schools, are not involved in the food supplies. Not the WFP intervention, neither from the government intervention schools. This is purely for public and grant-aided schools, including madrasas, of course. Private schools are not included.
My name is Mamadou. I'm communication officer, assistant for long-term collaboration with the WFP. As a government, what is your impression about your collaboration?
We're very much appreciative, like I mentioned in my remark. WFP has intervened in this country, providing meals to school children for more than 40 years. You'll be surprised that people in very high places in this country today, high positions, have benefited from the school feeding program. I'm sure some of us around here have also benefited, if not all. So WFP has intervened and has been doing it alone for over 40 years. And now it's time for government to take over. And government is gradually taking over. In fact, we are now working on, about to implement the homegrown school feeding, where everything that is given to these children to eat at school will be from the home soil. We would have been grown here in the Gambia. We're not going to be having imported food coming in anymore. And so we are working on building capacities and getting the women and the youths to come on board to be able to cultivate and provide all the items that will be used to feed the children in school. WFP has done a lot, and we are very grateful. And now they are gradually handing over to government through the homegrown school feeding program. And government has also come in to gradually take over. That's why I said in my remarks that WFP will intervene in their own intervention areas that they're still keeping. That is the North Bank, the Central River, the Upper River, and some parts of Banjul, Greater Banjul schools. But government intervention is particularly in the LRR, which we call Region 4, educationally we call it Region 4, and the West Coast, which parts of the West Coast, we will be moving down gradually, but we are still doing the upper part of the West Coast, which is Region 2. So the collaboration has been good, it has been supportive, it has been one of partnership, and that is why you can see that we are even embarking on this food ration distribution together. We are doing it together. We don't see ourselves as separate entities, but we see ourselves as partners. And government definitely appreciates the partnership of WFP up to this point. Thank you.
I just wanted you to clarify what category of students are we targeting here?
We're targeting lower basic schools. Lower basic school students in public, grant-aided, and madrasa schools. Lower basic school students. And a few basic cycles, some basic cycles.
Somebody's hand was up there.
Yeah, I am also from here, I see. I just want to know how much everything
Well, right now I don't really have the total cost, but I know it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to provide food ration for over how many thousands? Is it 240,000 children? Oh, 500,000 US dollars. Oh, okay. 500,000 US dollars is the amount.
I mentioned that annually, WFP and MOBSE do a joint distribution of a total of over 500,000 US dollars. That is about 360,000 from about WFP, and the rest is normally from MOBSE, from their government, allocated portion from their budget. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Wanja.
few cases in the Gambia. So during the distribution, I want to know, before the distribution, will the parents be sensitized on social distancing?
Thank you. As I mentioned, and also Honorable Minister clarified, we are going to embark, we have already started embarking on a strong communication and sensitization awareness campaign. We are going to have, we already have teams in the field doing that and talking with the local communities. We will also have communication. We also said that we'll have communication through radio, through public address system, and other awareness raising sessions, where we'll make sure that there is adequate social distancing, there is adequate points for hand washing, and we'll also have a point where everybody coming in their temperature is taken using the gun thermometer. So all the protocols are going to be observed. And to avoid crowding, we mentioned that we are going to stagger the distributions for several days, so that we don't have too many children coming in, too many parents coming in at the same time. So all the measures are in place and will be implemented to make sure that we are in obedience with the guidelines provided by WHO and Ministry of Health on COVID-19. Thank you.
The course he has given is under normal circumstance. We will appreciate it's an emergency, and other logistics have to be considered. And in this case, the cost involved is more than the normal. So it will be between more than the $500,000 as we alluded to, that would be spent. Logistics, procurement under pressure, and having teams going out, all should be considered. Sensitization, the provision of sanitizers, face masks, all put together. These were not considered in the normal period. So the cost is far more than the normal. Also, under the sensitization, Ma has also, the country director has also clarified that. Want to assure you, as we speak, we have developed key messages for the public, and this all evolves around the WHO recommendations. So we'll sensitize the communities. It has already started. An advanced party is on the ground, and we will ensure. We are saying there should be no contamination as a result of this distribution. It will be a real blow for us to allow that. So we are taking all precautions to avoid that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you very much, WFP, to your country. Madam Minister, it has not been easy. These days we have been out in the field. I know you have a lot of energy. We want to say thank you very much, Madam Tida, and we also want to say thank you very much to the MOBSE family for coming to this very short but meaningful event. Thank you very much, the press, because I know it has not been easy, because getting to you over the phone, start saying, yeah, but again, MOBSE again. That shows that we are on top of things, because every time we are calling you, how many times have you been coming in here for the past 2 or 3 months? It means we are not dormant, we are working. So anytime we call you, please don't hesitate, because you need this information out to the public. Thank you very much. So can we also say our silent prayer and then we disperse? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Janke.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yaibaram.
Agada.
Mbijan aganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyenje.
Okay. What's Nsila ID soto.
Ah, sa soto. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Ah,
mbale. Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Ah, jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbali ya bere. Ah. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong blabe.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Ha. Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi topoto ni kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi man domorol dir fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale je.
Ha e wo moyo diat ha.
Apelenta
baraka. Ni ma lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Baraka.